The RuneScape map is split into chunks. I will restrict myself to unlocking one chunk at a time, only moving on when I've completed all of the content in my current chunks. The goal of this account is to unlock the entire map. This is Chunkman only, my one chunk at a time Iron Man. We left off last episode doing some fishing and hunter, and trying to figure out exactly what I needed to do before unlocking Motherlode Mine. After uploading the last video, I realized that the orange salamanders I had just unlocked required 50 range, magic, and attack to wield. Although they weren't best in slot, I felt it would still make sense that I should get the stats for them. I already had the attack and magic levels, so I would only need to train to level 50 ranged. I did a little bit more hunter, cooked some of the fish that I caught last episode, and trained my ranged up to 50 at Hill Giants. I was now ready to move on to the next chunk. In the chunk north of the one with the salamanders, there's a teleport spot from the Necklace of Passage, and not much else there, so I decided to unlock this chunk just to unlock the teleport option. I mined 5 clay for the diary task and was done with the chunk. Really quick before we go on, just wanted to point out that 66% of you guys that watch my videos aren't actually subscribed to the channel. If you're already a fan of the series, please consider subscribing. If you press that button, my brain releases dopamine and it helps my channel grow, so I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, I had planned to get 57 Hunter and then go to the Falconry area this episode. I also was planning on solidifying my goals for going to the Motherlode Mine. Getting to the mine was going to be my goal for the next few months. As I was looking at the steep requirements and the long grinds that the mine would force me into, though, I started to realize just how long I was going to be there. I would need to get 92 mining, 85 smithing, 83 crafting, and 82 fletching, just in that one chunk. This would probably take me at least 4 or 5 months. I had been thinking from basically the beginning of this account that if I didn't go to the Motherlode Mine pretty soon, it would be extremely inefficient for my account in the long term. There's so much content that I'm locked from because of mining or smithing requirements. Not only chunks with mines in them, but also any chunk with a monster that drops ores or bars. It doesn't end there though. Any chunk that has a grapple shortcut would require me to make a mithril grapple, which requires level 59 smithing. So anytime I see a grapple shortcut in a chunk, I've just told myself I couldn't unlock the chunk, and that was that. I had made all of these assumptions when my only smithing method was mining iron and silver in Varrock. I hadn't really thought about it again anytime recently. What if I could just train smithing without the Motherlode Mine? That way, I wouldn't have to be forced into a crazy multiple months long grind, but could split it up into pieces, each of which is maybe a bit slower than it would be, but not by too much. I have the coal trucks unlocked now, so this means that I could now mine coal and smith steel. Would this be faster? Let's take a look at the numbers. Each iron ore gives 12.5 XP when smelted and 25 XP when smithed. The problem is that each iron ore has a 50% chance to just fail at smelting. This means that on average, each iron ore would give me 18.75 smithing XP. Each steel bar smelted requires 2 coal as well as the iron. Smelting the bar grants 17.5 XP, and smithing gives 37.5 XP, for a total of 55 XP per bar. Since I have to mine 3 ores instead of 1, to compare this to iron, we divide 55 by 3. This comes out to 18.3 XP per ore mined. That's less than the iron, and that's not even taking into account that coal takes longer to mine than iron does. The problem is that until right when I recorded the final clip of this episode, I had forgotten that each steel bar requires 2 coal. I thought it only required 1, so I had assumed that the XP would be better. I had, in fact, not unlocked any better methods for smithing. But what if I could unlock something else that would speed up the process? So I looked into sources for a rune pickaxe. It turns out that there's a shop in Lovakinj that sells every tier of pickaxe up to rune. I had previously thought that I couldn't get a rune pickaxe until I got to the Motherlode mine. Getting the pickaxe now could mean that training smithing without the Motherlode mine could go by so much more quickly. You might even say that this changes everything. It turns out that there was a path I could take to get to this shop pretty easily, so I saw no reason not to go ahead and get myself over there. I did a quick tree run to get 30 farming, and did a beginner clue that I had gotten from the hill giants earlier. And then I went to Zeah to start unlocking chunks. You might be wondering why I didn't need to get level 45 smithing for Lovakite. It turns out you need 30% Lovakinj favor to mine it, and I had no way of getting the favor. Even after unlocking the sulfur mines, I couldn't mine sulfur to get favor because it requires a face mask, gas mask, or a slayer helmet, none of which I had access to. So after buying the pickaxe, I got to work mining. I did some cooking along the way when I needed something to AFK. I had 2 goals in mind. First, the short-term goal would be level 50 smithing, and from there I would see which chunks I could unlock that I had previously been avoiding because of Mithril. If I decided that grinding smithing this way wasn't absolutely terrible, I would then get level 59 smithing for the grapple, and be able to unlock even more then. If it was too bad though, I would stick to the plan of getting to Motherlode mine, despite how terrible it would be. As you can see, I still didn't realize that mining coal and smithing steel was going to be slower for me, so I stuck to it. Here's the final clips I recorded before I started editing this video, of me showing 1,000 iron and coal ore in my bank, what I thought was enough for me to get 50 smithing with steel. Now, here's me smelting what I thought would be 14 steel bars, and getting very confused for a moment. I definitely have smelted steel many times in the past. I've played this game for a really long time. Like, I don't know how my brain managed to not let me access that information for like 5 or 6 days. Anyway, that's all the progress I have for this episode. Going forward, I want to get 50 smithing in the short term and find some new chunks to unlock. I'm pretty sure I can unlock Barbarian Village for the Ankus after getting 50 smithing, since the mithril ore won't stop me anymore. I'll definitely be taking a look at all my options again, because there's so many things I had previously written off as only after Motherlode mine that I can now actually consider. While smithing this way is definitely slower than it would be at Motherlode, it's not a super crazy long grind for me to get 59 smithing like this. I think I'll probably end up getting level 59 this way. The grapple shortcut has cut me off from so many things I could be doing. A good example is that I could actually go to Yanil now and get to the Wizards Guild, which would unlock Mystic gear and, most importantly, a shop that I can buy nature and law runes from, which is going to be extremely convenient. I won't have to rely on monster drops for these runes anymore. Definitely let me know if you guys have any other ideas as to where I could go next. There's a whole bunch of possibilities for me to consider now. Before I end the video, I want to announce something awesome. Remember 2 episodes ago when I was talking about the backlog and how Slay to Stay was going to develop a plugin to keep track of it using the RuneLite client? Well, a few days ago, Slay released a beta version of the plugin. It's exactly what I had in mind when I was thinking about it, and I couldn't be happier with the result. This is going to make everything so much easier, not just for me, but for all of the Chunk Ironmen. Slay, I know I've probably thanked you at least like 10 times already, but seriously, dude, thanks so much. You're the best. This game mode really wouldn't be possible without you. And as always, I'd like to thank my patrons, Kyl Barry and Boogieboy. I really appreciate you guys supporting my content and helping me to stay motivated. Your support means a ton to me. If you'd like to join Kyl Barry and Boogieboy, you can become a patron as well. A link to my Patreon page is in the description. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like and subscribe to my channel. I hope you all have a great day.